Caitlin Clark fans are sometimes called delusional. They were accused of insulting WNBA players by saying Clark would tear it apart. Geno Auriemma, the legendary UConn coach, was in the forefront of these critiques, calling Clark and her followers irrational. Auriemma, famed for his honesty, thought he knew Clark. He famously predicted that she would not succeed in the WNBA, arguing that her skills were unsuitable for the league's toughness. Unfortunately, Auriemma's words came back to haunt him in a surprising way. The same Caitlin Clark he called not built for the WNBA became the league's top rookie, converting critics. Auriemma, one of her harshest detractors, found his comments crumbling after her remarkable debut season. "This kid is on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie," he had said early on. Clark's league debut was unique. Her jaw-dropping and record-breaking accomplishments made Auriemma realize he had underestimated her. How did we get here? How did a women's basketball coach with decades of supremacy and an unmatched record change his mind about a player he had dismissed so confidently? The rise of Caitlin Clark from contentious rookie to generational star is headline-worthy. Her ascension redefined WNBA success, not simply disproving critics. Look back to Clark's undergraduate years at Iowa to understand the league's mistrust. Simply said, Clark was amazing. She stood out for her ability to score from almost anywhere on the floor and her deep showman-like range. Her basketball leadership made Iowa a national powerhouse. Clark was famous before being drafted first overall in the 2024 WNBA draft. However, detractors like Auriemma believed her collegiate success did not apply to the pros. They said the WNBA was different, requiring players to adjust to increased physicality, faster play, and experienced opponents. On the Dan Patrick Show, Auriemma criticized Clark's potential. "They're setting her up for failure," he said. "There are levels to this thing. That's just life. You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come up against grown women who've been playing professional basketball for a long time." He noted her double-edged sword nature. "She deserves everything she gets because she gives as good as she gets," Auriemma said, framing her outspoken nature as a potential liability. Clark's supporters persisted. They cited her persistent work ethic, strong basketball IQ, and natural ability to rise to the moment as confirmation of her readiness. WNBA great Diana Taurasi supported Auriemma. Taurasi agreed that Clark will have a rude awakening playing alongside the league's best. They believed Caitlin Clark was unprepared for the WNBA. Her next response dismantled every argument against her. Clark was primed and set to dominate when she entered the Indiana Fever game. Her first season was electric, impressing fans and pundits. Clark averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and nearly 5 rebounds per game at season's end, an excellent stat line for a rookie. However, metrics don't fully convey her influence. She stood out with her confident, stylish play, reminiscent of NBA great Steph Curry. Her clutch performance became her signature. Triple-doubles, buzzer beaters, and game-saving assists made her a star. Fans posted recordings of her performances on social media, calling her the future of basketball. Even Auriemma, who was so critical, softened. "You never know how quickly they'll adapt to the WNBA game coming from college," he admitted later. "I think Caitlin has done surprisingly well." Clark's rookie year was about changing the WNBA success narrative, not simply proving her skeptics wrong. Her perseverance, poise under pressure, and ability to handle high expectations while staying positive made her season a spectacle. Auriemma thought her freshman year would expose her, but it made her a generational talent. Auriemma's attitude changed after Clark's November 2024 homecoming to Iowa. As the Iowa Hawkeyes played the Drake Bulldogs in a sold-out game, Clark returned to the Knapp Center to celebrate her extraordinary career. Fan enthusiasm grew as she approached. Fox Collegiate Hoops created a tribute film with collegiate highlights and meaningful words from teammates, coaches, and competitors. "You've heard about Caitlin Clark unless you've been living under a rock," said Paige Buchers, one of Clark's most notable peers and former rivals. "She's a generational talent who makes everyone around her better." Juju Watkins said, "Caitlin brought so much new attention to women's basketball. She carries that weight with grace and humility." Throughout the memorial, basketball stars praised her talent and character. The audience applauded the video. Fans shared their emotions on social media, saying Clark's journey had silenced her sharpest detractors. One tweet said, "She's changed the game. It's time everyone admits it. Even Geno has to give her credit now." The event celebrated Clark's achievements and reminded her of how far she had come so quickly. Auriemma's story changed with his homecoming. In a tribute section, Obama called Clark an incredible phenomenon. He continued, "Very rarely does a player come along and change the landscape the way she has. She's certainly done that." The shift from skepticism to adoration was dramatic. Fans soon noted the irony on social media. One viral post humorously noted, "Geno said she wasn't ready. Now look who's not ready to admit it." Auriemma's shift has skeptics. His renewed appreciation was seen by several supporters as an attempt to rescue face following his original critiques. "Geno knows he got it wrong. This is him acknowledging it without saying it," one analyst joked. However, most thought that Auriemma's turnaround showed Clark's skill. Her freshman season was outstanding and transformational, making even the most seasoned critics change their minds. Clark's influence went beyond court. She personified resilience, thriving under adversity, and using criticism to fuel her fire. "Caitlin is the ultimate competitor," her Fever coach remarked post-game. "She wants to improve everyone, not just win." Her confident, creative playstyle was compared to Steph Curry, a rare compliment in basketball. "What Caitlin Clark has done is put eyes on our game," said WNBA commentator. "People who never watched women's basketball are now tuning in because of her." The basketball world agreed as Clark's performances drew attention to the WNBA. Fans and experts called her the future of the league on social media. Not only at large times could Clark rise to the occasion. Her debut season saw her smash 62 WNBA records with consistency. She was distinguished for her capacity to inspire others. Her colleagues commended her leadership and unselfishness, which are often ignored in a performance-driven league. "She's not just a great player, she's a great teammate," said one Fever player. "That makes her special." Clark's buzzer beater against the reigning champs was a highlight of her first season. When the game was deadlocked, Clark dribbled past two defenders and hit a long three-pointer at the buzzer. The crowd went wild, and social media overflowed with footage. Even Auriemma smiled from the sidelines. "I was mesmerized," he said. "She has confidence, swagger that few players have." Clark had to overcome obstacles. She battled tough defenses, high expectations, and detractors waiting for her to fail, but she handled it gracefully. Her post-game interviews generally focused on her squad and their collaborative effort. "It's not just about me," Clark remarked. "We're building together." One of her best qualities was her ability to handle demands while staying focused. "Caitlin has a poise beyond her years," remarked a Fever assistant coach. "The noise doesn't bother her. She plays her game." Clark's performances changed the season's storyline. What started as a rookie wanting to establish herself became a narrative of tenacity, ambition, and redefining WNBA possibilities. Even her worst critics acknowledged her significance by season's end. An heartfelt homage at the end of the season concluded Clark's rookie adventure. The Fever honored her record-breaking exploits and league buzz in a ceremony. Fans, teammates, and rivals celebrated her victory. Auriemma's presence was significant. He confessed his mistakes in a shocking speech. "I've been in this game a long time," Auriemma remarked. And I've seen a lot of great players, but Caitlin Clark has done something special. She's changed the way we look at the game. Auriemma's surrender was part of a bigger change in women's basketball. Clark's first season silenced her skeptics and attracted new followers. Her ability to attract spectators and motivate new players galvanized the league. Auriemma's remarks sparked instant and diverse reactions. Clark fans celebrated the turnaround with jokes and remarks on social media. One tweet stated, "Even Geno couldn't ignore her greatness. He should confess what we all knew." Others interpreted his words as a gesture of respect, realizing that skill could persuade even the most seasoned basketball voices. However, Clark's rookie season was significant beyond individual appreciation. The WNBA was poised for a new talent period as it turned a corner. Clark was more than a player. She represented the future of women's basketball. Her debut year was one of the most remarkable in sports history due to her ability to attract new fans, raise her team, and challenge the status quo. Clark's popularity grows as 2025 approaches. Analysts expect her to improve and lead the Indiana Fever to new heights. "My goal is to be one of the best players in the world," Clark said in an interview. "I wouldn't expect less." Her impact goes beyond court. Clark inspires young girls to follow their aspirations by promoting women's basketball. "She's not just a player, she's a role model," said her young basketball coach. Her journey shows that anything is possible if you work hard. Clark's success shows Auriemma that even experts may be incorrect. His change of heart was a reflection of her influence on the sport, not only his guilt about misjudging her. "Caitlin has taught me something important," Auriemma remarked. "Talent like hers doesn't come around often, and when it does, it forces you to rethink everything." As Clark prepares for her sophomore season, basketball fans wait. Her story has modified WNBA expectations. For Clark, this is only the start. "There's so much more I want to accomplish," she remarked. "This is only the start." Caitlin Clark went beyond defying naysayers in her inaugural season, changing the game's rules. Her endurance, desire, and inspiration have raised the bar for rookies. As the WNBA matures, her breakout season will resonate, demonstrating its potential. You agree with us? Share in the comments. Like, subscribe, and enable alerts to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.